Thank you for joining us today and tuning into this video. I'm Dan Gooderham and I'm the head brewer here at Adnams, and today we will be looking at how to ensure you pour that perfect pint every time. And we'll be focusing on Southwold Bitter and its nuances within the cellar and its management. Southwold Bitter is a heritage beer we've been brewing here at Adnams since the 1950s. It is special in the fact it's still traditionally dry hopped directly in the cask with a good old quantity of fuggles. Cask beer is a live product, so every cask will behave differently, and because of this, you will need to adjust your actions accordingly. Southwold Bitter in particular possesses distinct nuances, making it essential to master the skills required to provide both the best quality to both you and your customers. Starting with your cellar, we need to keep things clean and cool. 12 degrees Celsius absolute prime for cask. Therefore, your cellar temperature needs to stay between 11 and 13 degrees Celsius. Getting cask beer ready for service is all in the timing. Check the dates on your stock in your cellar before placing an order. When your delivery does arrive, check the best before dates and rotate accordingly. If you have stored your Southwold Bitter cask upright like so, and there wasn't space on your stillage, don't forget to redistribute the hops, yeast and finings before putting it on the stillage. Like so, gently rolling it backwards and forward brings everything into suspension, the hops, yeast and finings, so they settle out in the belly of the cask nicely. After a minimum of 24 hours to ensure the cask is temperated to the cellar temperature of 12 degrees, the cask can be broached through the shive. We will use a hard plastic peg, and we recommend these over the wooden ones for sealing your cask, as even with the hard wooden peg, these are still porous and gas is likely to escape. When broaching, this is your first intimate look into the cask, and if little gas escapes, a hard peg should be used, which we recommend these plastic ones. Your cask will still condition, but you won't lose carbonation. If, on the other hand, there is good carbonation and the beer needs venting, then we should have a porous, soft peg. This will allow the excess CO2 to escape and reduce the conditioning to the perfect level, and also allow the cask to then settle and become bright. The breathing phase should last approximately 24 to 48 hours, but does depend from cask to cask. An additional tip is to broach with a vent peg, which I have here, and this allows you to keep the cellar very hygienic and limit the amount of fog that might come out of the shive. You can switch between hard spile and soft spile by just the ease of this tap. When getting ready to serve, always use a hop filter at the end of your tap to hold back that dry hopping. If you don't have hop filters, vent pegs, plastic hard spiles, etc., let us know. Give us a call or speak to your sales rep. We'd be more than happy to oblige. One of the things I love about our cask bitter is the dry hopping directly in the cask. It adds additional complexity, the tannins, those minty notes. It's just something that everybody should enjoy and everyone should experience, so have it in your cellar. When venting Southwold Bitter, it can produce a little bit extra foam. These hops act like nucleation sites in a pint glass, and that will lead to a bit more foaming. So that's why we'd always advise to use some vent pegs and vent hygienically into a bucket. Once the beer has dropped bright and the condition is at the right level, seal it up with a hard peg like the one we mentioned earlier, and it can be left sort of indefinitely until it's ready to serve. So the 3 takeaways from today is keep your cellar cold, and Bitter likes it on the colder end of that spec. Vent properly, use the venting pegs, do this for 24 to 48 hours, and then thirdly, seal it up, ready for when you need to pour that first pint. Now, talking of which, yes, that's been expertly handled in the cellar. Cheers.